Hey, what's up, everybody? Be patient for just a second. Let me get everything set up. Hey, MW, how are you? Hope you're having a good evening. Can everyone hear me good, see me good? Everybody on Rumble, YouTube, Facebook. And let me get live on TikTok, and then we'll be ready to go. Test 1, 2. All right. We should be good. Yeah, MW, I am. It's been a decent day. Unfortunately, when you're in the business of calling out people that's doing wrong, you get a lot of hate and a lot of things made up about you. So deal with that every day. But other than that, it's not bad. All right, we should be good now. All right, how's everybody doing? Everybody having a good Friday so far? Hey, Robert Wingo, how are you, man? Very long time. Hope you're doing well. What's up, Christy? I was about to say, I've learned you should not mess with Christy. She's serious. Oh, okay. I appreciate that, Robert. I really do. Robert and I went to school together, all through elementary and high school. What's up, Melody? I'll tell y'all this idiot that's the fake jujitsu guy. Hey, Stacy. This fake jujitsu guy and fake military guy. He is throwing all kinds of accusations around now. He does not like being called out. Hey, Mr. Estelle, how are you? I'm doing well. Hope you are as well. Appreciate you, but I don't have skeletons that I'm hiding. Well, that's a good thing. Yeah, so this guy, this if y'all have not watched my videos the last 2 days, I don't even know how to start. Man, this guy's a piece of, you know what? But apparently, he's telling a lot of people that I'm best friends with his ex-wife, and so that's why I'm calling him out. I have no idea who this guy's ex-wife is. No clue. Definitely do not know his ex-wife. So I thought that was pretty comical. Well, Estelle, I've heard he is not. He is definitely nothing like he says like he claims. I think that's one reason a lot of people have an issue with him claiming to be a black belt. I mean, there's a lot of that's pretty serious, and I'm sure some don't really fully understand how serious that is for someone to make that claim. Now, if he's just out making the claim, that's going to piss off the BJJ world and the jiu-jitsu guys world, which is not a world I'd want to piss off. Um, but that is what it is. But with him claiming that and then teaching people, that's very serious because, and I know a few legit jiu-jitsu black belts, and they do not take it lightly that someone pretends to have that, because there's not a ton of people that have that. I mean, it is very, very hard to accomplish that, and it takes years, like years and years. And so I completely understand those guys, and they really do not like him. And I've had a conversation with one of them earlier this morning, actually, and they are not happy with this guy. And so, and again, that's the dangerous part when if you're just claiming something, okay, but if you're claiming something and then teaching people off of those claims, you're going to get someone hurt, and that's very serious, especially when you're talking about children, because he's teaching children, and it's just he's got to be stopped. And I mean, this man, he has no shame because he has done this over and over, and he gets caught every time eventually, and then once he gets caught, he moves and goes to another place. And every time he has gone to smaller towns. Because I'm very curious of how he ended up, of all places, Phil Campbell, Alabama. I am very curious about that, and I don't know the answer to that. If I was really friends with his ex-wife, I guess I could ask her, but I don't even know who she is. So, and then claiming you were in the military is one thing. Most of the time, it really doesn't. Most of the time I just feel sorry for people that do that. However, when you claim to be a combat vet, I do have a problem with that because anyone that is actually a combat vet, as myself, know the sacrifices that you make having to do that. And that pisses me off really, really bad that someone is claiming to be a combat vet that's not. So I do have a major issue with that. You talked to your friend that served 10 years in prison and he had a great story. Awesome, Kevin. And I've gotten messages from quite a few. I don't know if he's messaged me um, yet, but I do have quite a few messages from people. I have not had time to respond back to those yet, but I am because I want to interview quite a few of those. Hey, Denise, how are you? Hey, thank you, Sandy. I appreciate that. So he was getting the center. Okay, so he got the center. So he was not paying any rent to use the center as his training place, correct? And then was he charging people to take his classes there? if anyone knows. Okay, so he does charge people. So that's a big problem. So when you're claiming I am a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt, people are paying you that money because of that. And so that is pure legit fraud. No way around it. 100% fraud. And that I'm sure along with most of you, if not all, have a big issue with that. That would be like me teaching a tactics class and charging people and claiming I was SWAT for 5 years, but really not. Say that would be like me having no law enforcement experience, but out teaching SWAT classes. It's a very serious issue that could get somebody hurt very badly, and it's fraud. You know, if you want to claim to be in the military, go freaking join. Do you realize the COs are gang members? Look it up. Tony, you're gonna have to give me a little more context. What are you talking about exactly? Stolen valor is a crime if he is profiting from that. Now that I don't know. I don't know if. All right. So say if the mayor of Phil Campbell was letting him have that space rent free because he was a veteran, then I think that would be considered a crime. That would be considered stolen valor, I think. I don't know if getting discounts and stuff would necessarily be. I don't know. I'm not extremely well versed in the stolen valor stuff because again, most of the time I don't give a crap about it. Most of the time I just feel sorry for the people. But people like this, I have a big problem with. Couldn't nobody tell he was fake? Well, apparently some people have. Yes, I've had so many people message me the last 2 days about him now since I put that out. But I know some people, if at least one, let's say, I think it's more, but observed one of his classes and immediately realized he was full of it, and they just left and started telling people, "Hey, I don't think that guy's legit." And then he is apparently a smooth talker and is good at talking his way out of these things. But with the last video I posted today, I don't know how he could talk his way out of that. All the evidence right there, clear as day. So which I know what he is doing now. So now he knows he can't do anything about that now. The evidence is there. So now he's just trying to discredit me by literally telling people I've been convicted of a very serious crime. And Mr. Bean, if you are watching, trust me, if you owned anything, which I know you're a broke nobody, but if you owned anything, I would sue the hell out of you for what you have said about me today. And I have the evidence. But I know you don't own anything because I know how many people you owe money to because I've talked to a lot of them as well. Oh, yeah. And there's 2 guys out of New York that are looking for you because you apparently owe them a lot of money. And I think they were going to try to get it. I don't know how, because again, I know you don't have any money, but you can't, just because someone calls out facts about you, like I'm just the messenger. Don't get pissed at me because I'm showing people who you really are, especially by spreading the lie that you've been spreading today about me, because I take that very serious. Mm. But yeah, no, he pissed me off today. But that's what these people. I mean, I'm used to it now because that's what they all do. They at first they just try to continue to lie their way out of it, and then when you put all the evidence out to where they literally can't lie about it anymore, then they just start attacking you personally and trying to discredit you, and it's just what they do. Oh, is he currently married? Well, and I hope this gets him run out of town. I mean, the people that can do that, I've been in contact with them today, so they have all the evidence. I've sent it all to them. So if they don't run him out of town now, the rest is completely on them, and they'll be held liable for anything that happens from this point on. Because I've got the receipts that I sent them too. So hopefully they follow through, and I have all the confidence in the world they are going to. I mean, the people I've talked to are good people, and they just didn't know. And now that they do, I think they're going to do the right thing. Hey, Miss Ollie, how are you? Thank you. Hey, thank you, Bulldog. I appreciate that. How can you get much smaller than PC? Well, no, you can't get much smaller than it. But it's an awesome little town. I mean, I love growing up there. A lot of good people there. A lot of good people. A lot of people there do anything for you. And that's another problem I have with this guy coming in and trying to take advantage of people. Well, I don't have a ton of confidence in Shannon Oliver doing anything. I'm not the biggest fan of his because he's one of the laziest sheriffs I've ever met. Hopefully he does. Hopefully he steps in and does something. Um, but I don't have much confidence in that. I think he sits behind his desk and I don't know, watches TikToks or something all day. He's not out working. I know that. Well, Stout Butterbean is the real deal. This guy, which I don't know where the nickname came from. He calls himself Mr. Bean, um, but he is definitely far from the real Butterbean. That's for sure. I agree, Bama fan. Y'all need to be people. I need to do a whole podcast on this too. Be careful about who you're taking defensive classes from. Check them out. Verify, because again, there are a lot of people out teaching those kind of things that they have no freaking clue what they're doing. They're not qualified to be teaching anything. And anybody that tells you you can come and take a 3-day class from them and you'll be able to defend yourself from then on, that's they're money grabbing. You can't learn anything in 3 days that's worth anything in that world. nothing. And I see those guys, posting around. You come take my 3-day class and you'll learn how to do it. No, no, you can't. Bella, we're talking about Phil Campbell specifically. It's in Franklin County. I do my own defensive class, just hit, run, and pray. Well, there's worse tactics. What can the people of Phil Campbell do if the mayor or sheriff won't do anything? Where can they turn to? I mean, nowhere really. I mean, again, I don't see how they can't do anything now. I mean, this is out there. I mean, that's why I do what I do. And I put in a lot of legwork on this before I put it out. I mean, I first got notified of this months ago, like at least 2 months ago, and started digging. And man, every day I dug into it, there's just more. And there are tons of people that want to talk about this guy. He has pissed a lot of people off. Well, that's a good thing, Miss Holly, as long as you know how to use it. A lot of parents are taking their children to classes for defense purposes because of bullying. Yeah, and I mean, kids need to be in those classes. You just, like I said, you just need to verify and make sure who's teaching them is the real deal. Like, I mean, where I live, not even a quarter of a mile from my house is a legit Brazilian jiu-jitsu um, training, and like the guy that runs it he's legit, and tons of people go there. And I mean, it's very good for kids. I know quite a few kids that specifically go there, and it teaches them respect. It teaches them patience. It's a very good thing to learn, for sure. Again, you just need to make sure who you're learning it from is the real deal and not fake like this guy. Yeah, don't just take people's word for it. Even if they show you because apparently he's got fake certifications that he shows people. Um, so unfortunately, you can't just go off that now because fake stuff's just so easy to get your hands on these days. You can learn how to run and hide in 3 days. That is true. And I mean, let me rephrase what I said. I'm not saying you can't learn anything in 3 days, but you're not going to master anything. You're not going to master anything enough for it to be useful to you in 3 days. I mean, again, this is things you have to train on every single day almost. Just like with shooting. You can't go out 2 times a year and practice that and think you're in a stressful situation going to be able to do exactly what you need to do. That's not going to happen. You have to have amazing discipline to master anything like that. It takes a lot of work and a lot of time. And again, I'm telling you, if this guy produces any documentation of anything, please send it to me. That's where he's going to get in trouble. If he's submitting fake certifications and things like that, which I know he has in the past, that's where we'll get him good. So anyone, if he has sent you anything, please send it to me. It's comical that he's putting out that I'm friends with his ex-wife, and that's why I'm calling them out. Like, come on, man. I mean, I'd never even heard of this guy till 2 months ago. Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like she said, she don't understand stolen valor. Is it just pretending to be a vet? Yes, it's saying you were in the military when you really wasn't, and it is pretty I mean, a lot of people do it. Again, most of them I just feel sorry for. Um, and the only ones I ever call, like if I see it firsthand, the only ones I call out is if they're claiming to be a combat vet. I will call them out. If it's somebody else, I just, like I said, I just feel sorry for them and pray for them because they, first off, anyone that lies about those kind of things has some issues, obviously, some pretty serious ones. Um, this guy literally lives apparently in his own world, and I think he legit believes some of these lies that because he's lived them so long. I think he legit believes it, some of it. Hey, Wendy, thank you. Yeah, I heard he used to work at the Franklin County Sheriff's Office, which is, good God, not surprising. That tells me they did not do a background check, a decent background check at all. That's scary. Does not surprise me with Shannon Oliver. Y'all will see. I don't like that guy. And any of you that know Shannon Oliver, I promise you, he is not who he acts like he is. Shannon Oliver is not the most honest sheriff. The address I have for him, she's asking where this David Lang lives. The address I have for him, I think, is in Hackleburg. I don't know if that's current though. So I don't know. I don't know if he. I think I found he purchased a property in Hackleburg a couple of years ago, like a mobile home, I think. Is TikTok better than Facebook, Stacy? How come? I'm being serious too. What is the difference? Because I don't know. Oh, okay, Stacy, that makes sense. Yeah, I wish we could combine them, but as of right now, I can't. County Road 81. So he doesn't live in Hackleburg. I'm not going to say the guy's full address or anything. I ain't going to put that out, but let me just to make sure I am remembering it correctly. But I think that an address I had for him was in Hackleburg. Yeah, I have an address that's Hill Road in Hackleburg, but again, that's apparently not current. But I mean, in that area somewhere anyway. I mean, Hackleburg's not far at all from Pilgrim anyway, but it was up there somewhere. What's up, Gamer Bam? I'm doing good. How are you? So on Facebook, can y'all hear me good on Facebook? Is it clear? Hackleburg is where his son lives. He lives in Phil Campbell. Oh, okay. You watched him teach an officer a front facing weapon disarm one night, and it was actually comical. I I could imagine. Again, this guy has zero business trying to teach things like that. That is not good. Mm. Does anyone know how he ended up in Phil Campbell of all places from New York? Hey, and if y'all haven't shared the live, please do that. I would really appreciate that. Share it, comment, like it, all those things. Push it out to the bring more people in. Another thing I'm going to do in the next few days, because I've had a bunch of people messaging me asking me to, is some reaction videos to the Secrets True Crime podcast has been putting out videos from, I think I'll have to go back and look, some county in Alabama where in the jails, which apparently some pretty bad videos. So I want to do a put something out, a video in the next few days, reacting to those and seeing what I think about those. I purposely have not watched them yet, just so I could do like a legit reaction thing to them. Apparently, some of them are pretty bad though. Coffee County, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that, that's where it is. What else y'all want to discuss today? I know there's other things going on. This idiot Lane guy is just taking up my whole day. Denise said, if I was guessing, when we had the tornado in 2011, it brought attention to this small town, so he took advantage of it. I don't know that for a fact, but it would be my guess. That's possible. Now, see, that pisses me off even more, him claiming to be a combat vet when you bring that up, because that's where I was when those tornadoes happened in 2011. I was in the Middle East, and we were. I mean, it's obviously it's one of those days that those of us from those towns will never forget. And so, because it hit Phil Campbell horribly, tore it apart, and that's my hometown where I grew up, and so I have a lot of family around there. And then it also took out Tuscaloosa. Well, that's where I was currently living. I mean, I still live in Tuscaloosa, but and we had to get up at like 2:30 a.m. that morning to go out on a operation, and we're about to leave for the next 2 days, where we would have no email, nothing, and because we're going off base. And I walk in our armory, and we had a couple TVs in there, and Fox News is on, and I see them talking about Phil Campbell on Fox News, and I was like, "What in the world has happened?" And so I saw, and then I saw it hit Tuscaloosa too, so I was freaking out, and I couldn't talk to anybody because we were leaving. And so for the next day, that by the end of the next day, we came back early just so I could. And there was another guy on our team that had some family in one place that was hit, so we ended up coming back to base a little early just so we could check on our families because we didn't have a clue. But that was a miserable, miserable 24 hours. I mean, I went a whole day and not having a clue if any of my family was alive, had been hit or anything like that. I mean, I didn't know. So that's the kind of things that real combat veterans had to deal with when this freaking idiot is out claiming he's won and he's never had to do those sacrifices. What's up, Florida? No updates on August that I know of in the last few days. I will be, and I hope as many of you as possible can come to the march that they're having for him on the 31st in downtown Tuscumbia. But I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be awesome for August to see just how many of us that are that do support him, and there's a bunch, and I think that will be good for him. Sorry, someone sent me, I guess, something that this idiot is sending out to people trying to prove that he's legit. And so I'm first off, I don't even know what the hell this is. So this thing he has sent to someone. Say this is how you know it's fake. These guys are not that smart when they do this stuff. This is claiming his basic training was 6 weeks. I've never heard of any basic training being 6 weeks. Um, and his AIT was 1 week. I'm not an Army person. I was Navy. So any Army people, you'll have AIT schools that only last 1 week. I would hope not, because I'm not sure how much you could learn in 1 week. This is fake as can be. So here he is claiming that he was in the Army National Guard. And was stationed at Camp Smith in Cortland, New York. Never heard of Camp Smith. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I mean, so this has his medals listed as combat valor, communication expert, and marksman. With his 6 week basic training and 1 week AIT. Still not a DD 214 though, so it's called something Form 22. Again, I'm not familiar with the Army stuff that much. Hey, Jamie, how are you? Yeah, I wouldn't think there's any. I mean, I know there's no A school in the Navy that's 1 week. I'm sure there's not an AIT in the Army that's 1 week either. I don't even know what that could be. Like, what could you learn in a week? You're learning your specialty in 1 week. And again, I'm not that I know of. I've never heard of a 6 week basic training either. I mean, is there some kind of special 6 week basic training the Army does? Anybody know? If so, I've never heard of it. Jamie, I hope everything's okay. Hope everything went well with that. You can tell stories about the dude for days. Let's hear them. Hey, Janice, how are you? Hey, Lyman. Okay. Yeah, I'll check those out. I appreciate that. I'm still because I just started thinking about that. Said one of his medals was. Oh, this is so fake. It just says combat valor, and I was thinking, I was like, is that an actual medal, like just combat valor? And I don't think it is. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't. Combat valor, communication expert. I don't know what the hell that is either. It must be something the Army has. And marksman. I don't know what his MOS was. Like I said, I don't know exactly what kind of form this is. It's not a DD-214. Um, and it's kind of blurry too. Like it's hard to read. But I don't think it lists an MOS on here for him. It just says basic training 6 weeks, simple AIT 1 week, language arts 1 week. What the hell is Is that a school in the Army? Language arts? What is that? So is combat valor a legit, like that's a single medal in itself? I mean, I don't know. I didn't think it was, but I'm not the expert on. I mean, I don't have one, so I'm not the expert on that. And then basic combatives, 2 weeks. So that's what it lists all his military education. Language arts. What y'all teaching in the Army? Language arts. Surely that's not real. I didn't think it was. Somebody on TikTok said it was a real medal, but I didn't think it like that in itself was a medal. Plus, I can't find it. That's what I was looking up to see. I knew I'd never heard of that. I'm going to post this again. It's kind of hard to read, but uh, at some point, either this evening or not, I'm going to post this just so everybody can see how ridiculous this fake National Guard report of separation and record of service is what it states at the top. Again, every single person that's been in the military knows exactly what a DD 214 is. It is the most important paper you will ever have in the military, hands down. It is the only thing that proves what you did. It has all your medals listed, has where you served. I mean, it has all that stuff on it. Your final DD 214, when you separate, your final DD 214 has everything. And that's extremely important. And everybody that's been in the military will tell you the same thing. And so when you ask someone, for instance, I'm sorry, I'm trying to make sense here. If someone came to me and said, I don't think you were really in the military, then that's the first thing I would produce. Say, here's my DD 214, check it out. Simple. But he doesn't even send that. He sends this, whatever form is, which makes zero sense. Nothing it says. Oh wow, Jessica. So, do you mind telling us what all he's claimed? What all he has claimed? You've heard him claim as far as military and that kind of stuff. He did 2 tours of duty in Iraq. See, he's told another guy I talked to, a guy in New York, that he did 2 tours in Afghanistan, which I'm sure it's easy to get those mixed up. I mean, if you've been there, you don't remember which one. That's a joke, by the way. I'm being extremely sarcastic. Like, I served in Iraq. I've never been to Afghanistan. Therefore, you will never hear me say, I was in Afghanistan. Never been there. So it's not something anyone is ever going to get mixed up. Well, I meant to say Iraq, but I was actually in Afghanistan or vice versa, whatever. But I know for a fact he has told other people he served 2 tours in Afghanistan. And so he's told her he did 2 tours in Iraq. Wow. So he told you all this, that he is fluent in Portuguese, which I don't know, maybe he is. Not sure what good that does you. But that he's fluent in Portuguese and lived in Brazil, where he learned jiu-jitsu and became a black belt. That part I know is 100% false. So he may have been to Brazil at some point in his life. I don't know. He definitely did not grow up in Brazil? Oh, so you taught him Spanish or Portuguese or both? Yeah, again, I don't know if he's fluent in Portuguese. I'm not saying he's not. I don't have a clue. I just know that he did not grow up in Brazil and has never earned a black belt. So you've trained with members of the Gracie family, and so you knew exactly he was fake. Yeah, well, I could see that. So you knew he was fake immediately when you saw him. He brings the Jewish faith into it also. What does that have to do with anything? Oh, anybody that speaks against him, he accuses anti-Semitism. Man, this may be a dumb question, but I'm being serious. Are there a lot of Jewish people in Brazil? He's saying he grew up in Brazil and he's also Jewish. I didn't know that was a thing in Brazil. I'm so sorry. I really am sorry, Jessica, that you had to go through that. I know it's not a laughing matter to you. I really hate he did that. Oh, he was married and didn't tell you he was married and was telling you he was going to marry you. Jesus. Yeah, I just thought that was funny when when y'all pointed out that he claims the Jewish faith and then supposedly grew up in Brazil. I'm like, I don't put those two things together. Okay, I am wrong. That's why I was asking. I felt like it's a dumb question when I asked it, but so there are Jews in Brazil, according to Google. Learn something new every day. So according to this, it's the world's 10th largest Jewish population is in Brazil. Around 90,000 people in Brazil are Jewish or claim the Jewish faith. Learn something new every day. However, as I said, I know for a fact he didn't grow up in Brazil. He started dating you again and was dating the girl from Phil Campbell at the same time. Let, let me, y'all know I'm an open book these days. I mean, I have not always been the perfect man. Okay. So I can't sit here and down someone for certain things because I've not always been perfect, right? Now, this guy is way different though. He takes all of this stuff to another level. Um, I mean, I wasn't always the best boyfriend when I was single and dating people. Okay. Um, so I mean, I'm not going to sit here and dog somebody. I mean, it sucks, and it really sucks for you, and I hate that you went through that. The girl he is with is also a single mother, and when I called him on it, he deleted and blocked me. Yeah, it figures. So is he married now? Because someone over here, someone on Facebook said he was earlier, or I think they said that. What are you talking about, Katie? You're still on probation. I'm not. It's an inside joke. Katie is not like on legit probation with the police. After I said that, I thought about it. Oh, that's a good point. Is that what brought him to Phil Campbell as a girl? That would make sense. Because again, I am very interested to know how he ended up in that town, out of all places. I'm getting mixed things here. So other people were saying he lives in Phil Campbell. The address I had for him was in Hackleburg. Jessica's saying he does live in Hackleburg. Army friend that was from here and recommended it to him. He was not in the Army, though. That's the thing. Like, I know that. I have the full proof of that. Katie, am I going to have to get Christy to block you? Christy's my number one bouncer. She's the best. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm talking about old Katie. Katie, new Katie, you're good. Yeah, Jamie, it's very unlucky for him. No, I'm telling you, it blew my mind. So this guy messaged me a couple times, and I, I get so many messages. A lot of times I'll click on them, and if something don't jump out to me immediately, I move on, and then sometimes I'll try to go back and look through them. So that's so. This guy had messaged me a few times, and then I was going back through messages one day, and I saw, and he said like I said, he was law enforcement in New York, and because it was a long message, and honestly, if it's a long message, I always try to just come back to it. And sometimes I don't. But anyway, I got back to it, and the guy was like, I watched some of your stuff, and I see you cover a lot of Alabama, and I got this guy that needs to be called out, and he's moved to a small town in Alabama and doing this or whatever. And so we messaged back and forth a couple times, and I said, "What town is it?" And he said Phil Campbell. I thought it was a big joke. I was like, "Who is this? There's no way that this all just came together like this." And that's the town he's talking about. And sure enough, it was. And so, because I told the guy, I was like, "You won't believe this, but that's actually where I'm from. It's where I grew up." I think he is on Facebook under Mr. Bean. Yep, there it is. She just put it. Mr. Bean Tribal Academy. Does anybody know where the nickname Mr. Bean comes from? Katie, there's no way you're 6 foot. See, and he was fired from Marion County Jail for giving contraband to inmates. If that's true, that's one of those things that pisses me off. You shouldn't be fired for that. You should be arrested. I mean, obviously you should be fired too, but they should put criminal charges on you. And there's so many, especially smaller places, that don't. They just let them go instead of putting charges. You should absolutely put charges on someone that does that kind of stuff. Are you asking me if I remember frog pun and spruce pun? Of course. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, I see, Jessica. Probably the Chiefs and Phil Campbell. Just what are you saying, Sandy? So here's another thing, and this is something I've not been able to. It's not the easiest thing to figure out, but I have a cat card of his, supposedly. I mean, I just have a picture that says he works for Department of Homeland Security. I am 99% sure it's fake, but I can't be 100% sure because it's not the easiest thing in the world to, like, you can't just call up the DHS and say, "Hey, does this person work for you?" It's just not that easy like that. Um, but I am going to find out. I mean, I know people that can, and so I am going to find out. And if that's fake, he's going to jail because I have it. And if he's sending people that, then yeah, he's going to jail. And I've already talked to people that will be glad to do that. So again, Mr. Bean, if you're listening, if that is fake, you're going to jail at some point over it. And I again, I'm pretty sure it's fake. He always claims to me he's good friends with Eddie Marbett, and he has high up friends in that town. I don't know. I mean, I don't know Eddie Marbett. Who is that? Yeah, and I don't see how he got a job with Homeland Security because I know his background. There's no way. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm 99% sure it's fake because it did. It's not that hard to find out his background, and they do legit background full investigations. They're not going to hire someone with his background, and so. But unfortunately for him, I have a copy of his fake DHS cat card, and that's going to be a problem for him. So he claimed that he works with Homeland Security in Trinity or Decatur. Did he say what he did for Homeland Security? So Marbut is the current mayor. Yeah, I know who the new mayor is going to be, but I don't know this Eddie Marbut guy at all. I've never heard of him. Yeah, the new mayor takes over November 3rd, which that's right around the corner. Contractor for DHS. That's possible. So that's possible. He claims he is a security guard who performs background checks. First off, there's an entire agency that does the background checks for all federal agencies. So him saying he does background checks for Homeland Security, that's not true. I know that. Um, I mean, I've been on these federal task force before, so it's was it OPS? Get my things mixed. The That is who conducts all background checks and security clearances and everything for all the federal agencies. So like Homeland Security doesn't do their own. They have there's an entire government agency for that. So plus just common sense, security guard and also performs background check. What? That's crazy. Like that doesn't make any sense anyway. Denise said, "Did I understand that he is a predator?" I, the article, some of the investigations that's been done on him, there's just a lot of people that have claimed things on him. So no, I can't sit here and say he's a predator. I have no full all-out proof of that, but there are tons of different accusations. Like we're not talking about from one source. We're talking about, I think pretty much everything that's been written about him ever mentions those kind of things. He's known for that. He's known for lying to get in good with females. And well, we have right here that, I mean, we have someone here that he did that to. He was arrested twice in New York for impersonating a police officer. Yeah, so you're telling me somebody that's been arrested twice for impersonating a police officer got a job with DHS? No. Now I'm telling you, the more I think about it, that cat card is probably what's going to get him good. Because that's pretty serious. Let me pull it up. Yeah, this says United States government. It's a normal looking cat card. If anybody, I mean, military people and federal employees know what I'm talking about. And it's his picture. It says David M. Lang. It says affiliation employee agency Department of Homeland Security, issued 2020 May the 3rd 2020, expires May the 2nd 2025. But again, this is fake. I mean, it's got to be. It's a cat card. It's CAC. It's a computer like. Can y'all see that? I mean, I know y'all can't see it perfectly, but it's your ID card for, like I said, military, any federal, and like federal agents and stuff like that. Um, it's the only way you can access your computers and things like that as well. But it's your ID. It's your ID card. It says Federal Emergency Response Official. Okay, Sandy, I know exactly what you're talking about as far as where Sandy lives. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I grew up on Highway 75, so I grew up. If you just keep on going, but you stay on 75. Lyman, are you? Do you know that for a fact though? Because it's hard for me to believe he got any type of security clearance with his background. I mean, I can't believe that. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but it would be hard for me to believe. But Lyman, wouldn't you have to have some type of? Isn't there some type of security clearance you have to have for that job? I mean, there may not be. I don't know. I would think there is though. That's what I'm saying. I don't think there's any there. It would be hard for me to believe he's ever had a secret security clearance. I know. I mean, there's no way he's ever had a top secret, but I'd find it hard to believe he's had a secret. I had a secret for a long time, and it's not the hardest thing to get. I mean, it's definitely far from top secret, but I mean, you got to have a pretty clean background. So that's what I'm saying. It'd be hard for me to believe he's ever been able to obtain a secret security clearance with his background. I hope he is on here because I hope he's listening to me. Mr. Bean, if you're on it, you need to drop what you're doing and just get out of that town. It's not going to end well for you. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, this guy has serious problems. I mean, most people like this are very similar and they have some issues. And so you have to be careful with them. Because, I mean, they have some serious mental issues for sure. Exactly, Christy, especially when the walls start caving in. Yeah. Like I said, he's extremely desperate today from the ridiculous allegations he has said to people about me. Like, I mean, ridiculous. Very serious allegations. Jessica, if that happens, please message me. Please. He'd make stuff up. That's shocking. Well, trust me, Jessica, at this point, there's no one going to believe that guy. And again, if he causes you an issues, message me and we'll handle that. Because no, this guy pissed me off very badly when I saw some of the things he was saying about me, claiming that I had done. And he was saying it just like it was just like a matter of fact. Oh yeah, yeah. And here's the other thing with this kind of stuff. All right, for instance, say people say say people were trying to say that I was never a police officer, that I'm lying about all that, whatever. I mean, there's hundreds of people literally that would come out and say, no, I worked with him. Like, he's legit. I mean, I've had it happen because there have been a few people accuse me of, being fake or whatever. And people immediately start commenting like, no, I served with him in the military. I worked with him, whatever. So if he was really in the military, where are all these people that served with him? Because I've not seen or heard of any of them. Oh yeah, Jamie. No, he already has. Like, I mean, he couldn't say anything worse than what he's already said about me or claimed about me, whatever. Of course. See that, and that's this kind of stuff. There are people that are really dealing with those kind of things, and when people lie about that stuff, that frustrates me to no end. And I'm sorry for those of you on the other chats. She said, I asked him about his military buddies. He claims his closest one killed himself because of PTSD. So not only is this guy lying about being a combat veteran, he is lying about his military best friend killing themselves. This guy is a piece of work. It's the nicest way I can put it. You're exactly right, Jamie. They have a lot in common. Jamie said, kind of like a sheriff, we all know. Yeah, he and Nick Smith have a lot in common. Mm, that pisses me off so bad that he said that he made that kind of stuff up too. He shot a dog 22 times. Why did he do that? I'm sorry to laugh, but Christy just cracked me up because it's true what she said. Sounds like JJ. So does he claim PTSD as well, Jessica? Because I'm sure as a trauma nurse, you do have PTSD. I'm sure of that. And does he claim PTSD from the military? I'm telling you, this guy, dude, if you are watching, you need to drop you need to drop everything you're doing and just move on somewhere and never come out again. Because I am telling you, you are pushing it with these horrible lies, dude. Because there are a lot of combat veterans that really do suffer from PTSD, and for somebody to fake that's even worse. Because you have no I better calm down for a second. Dude, you have no clue. None. Oh my God. He says he can't sleep at night because he has dreams of his comrades falling around him. So he was trying to one up you, Jessica. In other words, instead of saying, "Hey, that sucks and I hate that for you. What can I do for you?" He just wants to one up you. And oh yeah, I have that too. Well, faking a disability is definitely sick, especially PTSD. I agree with that, Katie. Especially when you claim you got that from combat, from which you have never even served in the military. And I'm telling y'all, this guy's something else. And Jessica, I want to say it again. I am very sorry that you had to deal with that mess, and that he did you like that. He is a legit piece of shit. That is for sure. Well, Sandy, they have all the evidence. I've sent the people that needs it all the everything, so they have it. So again, and I have all the confidence in the world they're gonna fix this and get him out of there. He tried to get you to stop taking all your depression medication because it was a racket by the government. So he's a psychiatrist as well. He's a doctor and knows what's best for you in that as well. Yeah, it figures. Bella, thank you for saying that, and that is, I could not have said it better. Jessica, you are extremely brave person, and I respect you so much for standing up and telling the truth about this guy because I know that's not the easiest thing to do. I mean, I agree with him. Exercise is good for mental illness, but I'm not going around telling people to stop taking their medicines because I'm not a doctor. Nor should anyone try to tell someone else to stop taking medicines if you're not a doctor. That is not your place. Yes, Denise, he is a horrible human. And the things that Jessica is telling us, another female has been messaging me a lot of the day saying some very similar things. That's why. I mean, I have no reason not to believe her, but that's one reason I definitely have no doubt of what she is saying, that she is being truthful because literally a lot of these things I've heard exact, very close to the exact same things, very similar things from another person today about him. So I mean, that's what he does. Yeah, this is the things he tells people. Hey, Sienna, how are you? I haven't forgotten about you, by the way. I will get back with you. I promise. I appreciate that, Bella. I'm telling y'all, don't mess with Christy. She's got her voodoo dolls and pins. Yeah, Jessica. Yeah, someone had messaged me that earlier today that he worked at the Franklin County Jail. I think someone's mentioning on here as well today. And that sucks, Sienna. Yeah, I apologize. I haven't gotten back with you yet, but I promise you I will. Well, if the girl he's with now has internet, hopefully she's seeing all of this, which I'm sure he is very manipulative and probably spending. Well, I know some of the things he's saying, trying to discredit me, which is ridiculous. If I'd been convicted of the thing that he says I've been convicted of, I think it'd be pretty easy for most people to find. Actually, I know it would be. It would be on the, there's an entire offender registry list that you would have to be on for that. Number one, yeah, he has alleged something today to at least three different people uh, that I'm just a horrible human and done some of the worst things ever. Not only did I do them, but I've been convicted of them. Yes, Jan, and I look forward to talking to you about it for sure. Sandy, so if you turn him down, he just blocks you. You just don't exist anymore, I guess. Oh, I see, Sienna. Well, that doesn't make me feel good. What are you saying, Jessica? If you are, I've been hearing about you for a long time. He hates you. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, no, uh, Shree, I completely understand that. I'm used to it. I'm not used to the allegations he has made about me today. That was way over the top. Uh, Dallas, we're talking about a there's a guy operating in a small town. It's actually my hometown of Phil Campbell, Alabama, and he's stolen valor guy. Lies about being a combat vet. He's never even been in the military, and he teaches Brazilian jiu-jitsu and claims he's a black belt in that, and he is not. He is just a complete fraud and fake. So that's what we're talking about. His name is David Lang. Well, I'm glad you have found me now, Jessica. Well, Sienna, I'll put money on your books. We'll make sure you get good food. What allegations has he made about me? That I am a convicted rapist. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure, Sienna. Well, I think Dallas. The worst part about it all is he's not only claiming that, but he also claims that he has PTSD from combat and that he can't sleep at night because of it, and that his one of his best friends that served with him killed themselves, and so he's just had a rough life. Unfortunately, it's all made up. Well, Sienna, I would, but he has nothing. He owns nothing, so it's not going to do much good. But yeah, no, I mean I have the evidence where he literally said that about me. So it would be an easy case, but like I said, this guy's broke as can be. He has nothing. Exactly, Dallas. Dallas said so, demeaning the people who actually have risked their lives and mental health for this country. Yeah, his name is David Lang. What go? I did a video on them yesterday and today, so y'all make sure to go if y'all haven't watched those. Go check them out because the one I put out today, I show all the receipts, all the evidence I have, plain and simple, right there, black and white. Because I put out a video about him yesterday, saying everything that he was a fraud and fake, and then I just had tons of people say, "Can you show us the evidence?" And so I just went ahead and did an entire video today, uh, showing all of it. So he cannot deny it. I mean, and he can't. I think his Facebook page is Mr. Bean, like just MRBEAN, all one word. I think. Let me pull it up. Oh, apparently he's blocked me because I can't find his. I pulled his. I had his page pulled up earlier, and now it's not even coming up. So I'm guessing he blocked me. Shocking. Let me double check. Try another way. Is it Mr. Bean Tribal something? Yeah, he's blocked me. That's a good point. He may have deactivated his account when all this came out. That is possible. I didn't think about that. Let me see. I think I screenshotted it. Or let me make sure I'm looking up the right name, but I'm pretty sure. Oh, whoever, if anyone knows Sandy Lynn Trotter, she also accused me of that allegation in a comment. Whoever the guy throwing stones has a grape charges against him. It's funny that he's preaching about somebody else. If you don't realize, that's very serious allegations to throw around about somebody. Yeah. I, is this Sandy Lynn Trotter his girlfriend? Because I'm being serious. I'm not trying to be funny. Because that's what it seemed like the way she was taking up for him. Does anybody know? Oh, that's his best friend's wife. Okay. Well, she sure is taking up for him. And again, it's not throwing stones when I'm just stating facts about somebody. I've never understood that. I'm just the messenger. Thank you, Sheree. I really appreciate that. Anthony said, I've watched many of your podcasts and lives and know you don't put anything out there without your own research and proof. No, absolutely. All my stuff goes through an attorney. Like before I post it, I make the podcast video and then I send it to my attorney and they look just to make sure I don't get sued. And so I mean I'm very careful. I don't just, and that's why most of the things it takes me a couple of days to post about something that's come up because I'm not a news journalist. Like I'm not here to be the first reporting on a story. I'm more about facts and being extremely factual and accurate. And so that's why things take me, a couple of days to post on them because I make sure. Not to say I won't ever be wrong at some point, but I don't post things without knowing. I don't post things without having evidence of it, as far as any allegation, ever, because I don't want to get sued. You have every right in the world to be angry, Jessica. Absolutely. I'm sorry to laugh, but when I read your first, when you said no, he's friends with the husband and they train tighter, I thought, what does that mean? And then, but I see you meant to say train together. How was I able to debunk his claims? Well, we got a letter from the National Archives proving that he's never been in the military. So that's not that hard. That was pretty easy to prove he's never been in the military. And then the there's literal videos of the people that he claimed he got a black belt under, of them speaking out saying, "I've never heard of this guy, don't know him." Um, so his claims weren't that hard to debunk. And then the proof that he shows, I mean, is fake. Like it's very easy to tell that it's fake. What video are you looking for? If you watch the video I put out today, I've got it all in there. I've got the video. Everything's just laid out perfectly in there. Now, if you're talking about the video of the people that he supposedly got his black belt under, that's coming out. Let me see. Hold on, I'll pull up the name, so I'll show you exactly how to get there. I would post the link, but TikTok don't let you post links. So that video is, just look up on YouTube, fake BJJ black belt David Lang. No, he's not produced any DD214. The only thing he has produced is, let me pull it back up. National Guard report of separation or record of service. But this is not a DD. This is not a DD214. Or if it is, it looks nothing like mine does. But it's obviously fake because it's got his military education listed. Hell, this may be what this is supposed to be, a DD214. It just looks way different than mine. Anyway, it says his basic training was 6 weeks. His AIT school was 1 week. And then he took 1 week of language arts. And then 2 weeks of basic combatives. And then under his medals, it's got combat valor, communication expert, and marksman. And this says he served 1 year and 10 months. And that he was stationed at Camp Smith in Cortland, New York. It's also pretty blurry, so some of it's hard to read. I don't know of any basic training that's 6 weeks. That's one thing about it that's shows you it's fake. And definitely not an AIT school of 1 week. He told you he was a field medic. Is there any Army people on here? Is field medic an actual MOS? I mean, I don't think it is. I mean, I was deployed with an Army unit, but that's been a long time ago. So I definitely don't know everything about the Army by any means. But I don't think I've ever heard that term. Like I don't think that's not an actual MOS, is it? Like in the Navy, it would be a corpsman. Like if you're a medic, it's corpsman. Dallas, you may have PTSD from that. That sounds interesting. Said that have they could have PTSD from fighting the moms at the mall for a Cabbage Patch doll in the 80s. That's that was probably good times back then. How old is this guy? I think he is 42. I think he's the exact same age as me. His birth date was in he was born in 83. So same year I was born in. I can't remember what month his birthday is. I've got it. Hold on, let me pull it up. Well, let's see. His birthday on this fake service thing is 5/27 of 83. Hold on. That would have been better. I got his birthday somewhere else too. I want to make sure that those even add up. I just thought about that. Okay, this just says May of 83. I'm guessing his ex-wife, maybe, or somebody that lived with him. His name is Melissa. Deb said he even forged the instructor's signatures according to. Yeah, he did. Hey, what's up, Philip? I'm doing well. How are you? So we're talking about David Lang, and he is claims he was a combat vet of the 101st Airborne, and which we know now is completely fake. He's never even been in the military, but he has also produced a CAC card saying he works for DHS, Homeland Security, and he claims to be a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, which we know is fake and false now. But he runs his entire he runs a dojo in Phil Campbell, Alabama. I guess that's what you call it, in Phil Campbell, Alabama, with these claims. So people pay him to come take his jiu-jitsu classes, and he's fake. He does not have a black belt. Yeah, in Alabama. It is west of Madison. Phil Campbell is in the northwest corner, just south of the Shoals area. I don't know, Dallas. I think just because it's everybody's heard of it, and it's just, I guess, probably one of the first things that comes to people that's trying to lies mind. Oh, awesome, Philip. I did 17 years. I understand that. I'm in Alabama. I worked for the Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Office for 13 years, and then Marshall Shoals Police Department. And but most of my time was spent in narcotics. I worked. Worked for. I worked patrol for 2 years, and then highway drug interdiction, and then went to narcotics and stayed there, and then uh, went to CID and worked missing persons for just under 2 years, and then I got promoted. Yeah, I knew of him. I had met him when he worked in Tuscaloosa. I was not friends with him or anything. Like I didn't know him close by any means or anything. But yeah, I knew him. That really sucked. That's still one of the worst videos I've seen. Mm. Yeah, I can't imagine what she's been through. I understand that, Philip. Dallas, are you asking me? I was an agent. I was a narcotics agent, detective. I did a decent amount of undercover work. Not a lot, but a decent amount. I just realized half my lights weren't on. I guess they've been off the whole time. Hey, thank you for your service, Philip. 100% say it was Chuck Norris and Cali. I'll never forget the day I found there used to be, and it may still be there. There used to be an entire website that was just Chuck Norris jokes. You know, those awesome Chuck Norris jokes. And I'll never forget the day I found that. Like somebody put me on it, and I spent like the next 2 days just reading that stuff and cracking up every second. Those are still some of the funniest things ever. Somebody needs to bring those back. We need to bring those back up. Those good times. Hey Shelby, when did you message me? Has it been recent? Oh goodness, I've got two Shelbys on two different chats. Shelby on YouTube, are you following me on Facebook or TikTok? And then Shelby on Facebook, has it been recent when you messaged me? Oh, it's the same Shelby. Okay, I see. Sorry. Okay, yeah, I'll make sure to see your message and get with you. I see. You confused me for a second. But yeah, I'll make sure to get back with you. Hey, Michelle, how are you? Well, it's 8 o'clock. I've got to go. I didn't realize how late it had gotten. Been 2.5 hours today. Hey, I appreciate each and every one of you so much, and I mean that. Um, I couldn't do any of this without you all and all your support. I appreciate all of you for coming on my lives and spending time with me. I enjoy this more than you'll ever know. I love talking to all of you and hearing your stories, and us speaking for people that need spoken for, and that's why I'm here and love what I'm doing. But I appreciate each and every one of you, and I mean that. If there is anything, if first off, if you're not following me the on all the platforms, on any platforms you're on, please follow me. It's Agent D Baker on everything other than Facebook, and on there it's just my full name, Derek Derek Baker. But please make sure to follow me on all those, especially if you're on YouTube. Trying to get my followers up on there, and Rumble. Um, If there's anything at all I can do for any of you, please don't hesitate to message me. It may take me a minute to get back to you, but at some point I will get to you. And if you messaged me and it's been like 2 or 3 weeks and you didn't hear back from me, message me again. It won't bother me, I promise you, because it just means I just missed it somehow or whatever. I get so many, but that's right, Denise. Time flies when you're having fun. No, I've enjoyed this live. I mean, I have. I've loved this. I hope you all have. Well, we've had some really good, awesome conversations. But yeah, if there's anything I can do for any of you, please message me. Don't hesitate. And I no, I won't be live tomorrow. I'll be back live Monday, so I'll see y'all back Monday. I might go live for a little bit Sunday, but I wouldn't count on it. But please go watch all my videos, watch them all the way through, like them, share them. It helps push them out, brings awareness to all the stuff that we talk about. And also, again, I want to say thank you to my team. Y'all are awesome. I can't say enough about you. Y'all, my team is unbelievable, and they're when I put them on a task to research something, it's so quick and they're on it, and I can't appreciate them enough. And so I want you all to know I appreciate you all so much and appreciate all the work you do. And together we're going to do some good things, and we're going to get families answers, and we're going to take down corruption and fakes. We're going to do everything we can to do all of those. But again, I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate all of your support. It means a lot to me. And if you're not following me, follow me. And if there's anything I do for you, please message me. I hope you all have a wonderful Friday night and a great weekend. And roll Tide. Hey, Shelby, I appreciate that. But yeah, I'll definitely get back to you on your message.